We consider that the law is obeyed, right? Presumption X. And we consider that in the Commerce Clause that the role of Congress is to regulate commerce, right? So then is commerce allowing a police state to have they like approved a police state for commercial activities, okay? And then is that within their delegated authority? Yes, I mean, yeah, because they are allowed to make laws to, effectuate their foregoing powers, which would definitely be to regulate commerce, and I guess to enforce the laws that they make. They would be able to enforce a police state. But is there an actual police state enforcing commercial laws on commercial entities, fictional legal fictions? Is there? I don't actually, because I know that's what private enforcement is about enforcing the statutes. Private individuals enforcing statutes against corporations is what the congressionally devised private enforcement is for, and the statutory remedies, which don't actually need damages. Okay, they don't need actual damages to get those statutory remedies. But that's very important to recognize that, Congress's role is to regulate commerce, okay, not people. So then, where has the police state against people come from? Is that because we are consenting to like the driving code and the enforcement of it? Is that why so much, there's so much enforcement of driving and vehicles? Because that's why they do implied consent, is because they know that contract makes the law and consent makes the law. So if you drive, without consenting to any of that, then they say if you're on a car on a public roadway, then you're implied consent. But constructive waivers are not lawful as per Congress either. And I've definitely seen some case law that, if we have irrevocable immunity in a commercial capacity, then we would have to, we can't have more, because, we can't have more rights, right, in a commercial capacity than private capacity, because isn't the whole point is to preserve our private side, our personal lives? Isn't the whole point of the government to preserve all that? Isn't that the whole point? I mean, that's the whole point, right? It's for the general welfare, that's not the whole point of creating the government, is to preserve our private lives and our safety and security. Otherwise, we didn't create a government to give commercial world more rights. Because don't forget, this is a Christian nation, whether anybody wants you to think so or not, okay? And just remember, no matter what you think about what the Bible says, yay or nay, it's like you're either godly or you're not.